Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So the IRS just sent out another batch of $1,400 payments, and it's really exciting news for all of you that have not gotten a third stimulus check. In this video, I'll be going over the latest news surrounding a fourth stimulus payment, and the latest news surrounding your social security benefits. So folks, be sure to stay until the end of this video. And if any of you support a fourth round of stimulus money, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. So everybody, a new wave of $1,400 stimulus payments has just been sent out. And now the total number of third stimulus checks have been issued is approximately 164 million. This new batch includes more than 1.1 million economic relief payments. CNBC says that much of the money sent in this round was prompted once the IRS processed tax returns. More than 585,000 payments worth more than $1.2 billion were sent to the people that the IRS had previously no record of. Now, if you don't end up receiving your third stimulus check this week, you may get your payment next week. The government plans to continue to issue new payments on a weekly basis. The IRS is also urging those who do not typically file taxes to submit a return this year in order to get their payments, including the homeless and rural poor. Federal beneficiaries are also encouraged to file tax returns to ensure eligible dependents also receive their stimulus money. But some Americans may not receive a stimulus check. Those without a social security number and non-resident aliens are not eligible for the direct payment. Roughly 2/3 of Americans, everybody, said that the latest round of stimulus money is not going to last them 3 months. And that is why Democratic lawmakers are also pushing President Biden to extend other stimulus measures, including the duration of unemployment benefits. Job growth has been growing, but slowly. Top economists say that it may take several years for the labor market to heal. So far, the economy has recouped 13.9 million, or 62% of the jobs lost in the crisis. Economists say the housing instability and food insecurity remain financial issues for many Americans. Another round of stimulus payments could lift an additional 6.6 to 7.3 million people out of poverty, depending on whether the payment is restricted to citizens or made available to everybody. Folks, I just hope our president sends out another round of stimulus checks. He must also increase the social security benefits by $200 a month. And if folks agree with me, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
Yes, you and I look at the world differently. You look at it inside the Beltway. I'm not an inside the Beltway guy. I am an outside the Beltway guy.
But the people that vote on taxes are inside the Beltway.
And those people are going to vote the right way when millions of people demand that they vote the right way. On this issue, I have no doubt that as President of the United States, I can rally young people and their parents to say that if Germany does it, Scandinavia does it, countries around the world do it, we can do it. And yes, we bailed out Wall Street. It is Wall Street's time to help the middle class.
The next Senate leader, a Democratic leader, is probably Chuck Schumer of New York. Can you deliver his vote tonight? Can you tell me one senator is going to follow you for these proposals? They're all good, decent proposals. In fact, they're moral proposals.
Chuck,
tell me the votes.
Yeah,
Who's going to vote with
very,
you?
Very well.
Is he going to vote with you?
Well, call him up. I don't know.
Well, you give us one vote. You say I will give you 60 votes in President, and you can't give me one vote.
I didn't say
your vote, but you won't be the Senate anymore.
Chris, I didn't say I couldn't give you one vote. Look, what you're not catching on, I have to say this respectfully, all right? You're a nice guy. You're missing the point, all right? You're missing the point. If you look at politics today as a zero-sum total,
right.
If you're looking at 63% of the American people not voting, 80% of young people not voting, billionaires buying elections, okay. You're right. I'm not looking at that world.
How's that going to change the day you're in office? You won't have a Supreme Court on your side.
What I will have is millions of people demanding...
You need 60 votes to get a Supreme Court nominee. Well, no, we're starting at the very point of can you do what you say you're going to do?
Yes, damn right, I can do what I say.
What have you done like this? Have you ever done anything like this? Have you ever gotten 60 votes? Have you ever gotten 60 votes for anything in the Senate?
Yeah, actually, we have.
What was it?
My veterans bill, comprehensive veterans bill, the strongest veterans bill passed in many, many years. But that's as a senator. Now I am hopefully the President of the United States, and we have the bully pulpit. So the difference that you and I have...
So's Obama.
The difference that you and I have is you're looking at politics in the way it is today.
Yeah.
What I am trying to do is not just pass legislation. I'm trying to change the face of American politics, getting working people to stand up and fight for their rights. And I think when we talk about issues like creating millions of jobs, rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure...
Cryptocurrencies do need regulation, but what kind? Let's bring in Caitlin Long, Avanti Chair and CEO, and Ryan Selkis, Massari, co-founder and CEO. Welcome to both of you. We'll get to the regulation point in just a moment. But Caitlin, let me begin with you in a kind of sort of freshman crypto course here. Teach me, if you wouldn't mind. What's the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum and Dogecoin? We tend to compare them and tend to compare their returns. Are we making a false comparison?
It is a false comparison. The technology is actually quite different, especially between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin is designed to do one thing really, really well, which is to be a monetary base, a base money. Ethereum is designed to do something else really, really well, which is to provide a smart contract capability. So from a technology perspective, they really are quite different. And Dogecoin definitely is getting a lot of attention these days, but it's actually the Bitcoin core code from several years ago that engineers have recently picked back up. It's not that different than the original Bitcoin core code.
Is Dogecoin real, or is it a joke?
Well, it's both.
It's both. It's like certs. It's like a breath mint and a candy mint.
Sure, right. I mean, the code is real, right? And it's entirely voluntary. That's what's great about the digital asset industry. These are voluntary, open, permissionless platforms. You can join them if you want, or you can stay away if you want. Mm-hmm. And whatever people choose is where what's called the hash power, which is the processing power in the network, will go. And right now, there's more going into Dogecoin than into other coins.
Let me bring in Ryan and get his reaction. I mean, you heard what Caitlin just said, Ryan. I'd like to get your responses to her response to my first question, which is, we make the comparison between Ethereum and Bitcoin all the time. Are we right in doing so, or are we totally off base?
Well, let me say, I think that both Caitlin and myself are in that professional and libertarian camp that you alluded to, so they're not necessarily mutually exclusive. Caitlin's right, though. In terms of Dogecoin, it's no different than GameStop, where GameStop is a real company, but it became a bit of a meme with a certain contingent of the retail trading audience. When it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's where the real staying power is. And the example that I like to use is a central bank and a investment bank. Bitcoin you can think about as in competition to central banks and is very much a distributed central bank, whereas Ethereum is more on the commercial banking and investment banking side. Many of the applications it's powering in the decentralized finance realm, lending, derivatives, exchange, et cetera, you can think about in direct competition to JP Morgan and the other big banks and exchanges of the world.
But then the natural question I would have, and I'll get Kelly in here in just a sec.
But everybody, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.